Okay, yo, welcome back. Welcome to the channel. It is, you know who I am. You clicked on the video. Okay, so we are back once again with Tyler Childers. You guys are throwing in a lot of recommended songs by him. And so I'm trying to get to every video that people are recommending. So like I'm going through like the comments, like, and I'm just starting new tabs on YouTube. I think I got like 25-ish tabs open right now for YouTube. So yeah, this one today comes from, I believe his name was Ryan Carey. He said, check out Feather Indians, but I already know that song. White House Road and Long Violent History, all fantastic songs. So I just went and I clicked Long Violent History because that just sounded kind of cool to me, to be honest. And I think we have the lyric video for this because I didn't see an actual music video for it. So that's what we got today, which I like because Tyler Childers already kind of, paints a picture for you with his words. So it's just fitting to see a lyric video too. So yeah, let's get into this.
It's the worst that it's been since the last time it happened. It's happening again right in front of our eyes. Just updated footage, wild speculation, tall tales and hearsay and absolute lies.
Wait, is he talking about like today's media and like how today's culture is? Cause I'll save my rant because man, if he is, whew, when was this song made? This came out September 27th, 2020. Yeah, that he's got to be talking about that. Oh yeah. Let's go.
Being passed off as factual, when actually the actual cause is there awkwardly blocking the way, keeping us all from enjoying our evening, shoving its roots through the screens in our face.
Man, oh yeah, he's gotta be. You guys have kind of heard me rant about this before. Yeah, dude, it's like they're pushing certain narratives on us, and like you said, saying this way you say factual, and everybody has their own spin on stuff, and like you said, keeping us from enjoying our evenings. Have you seen how many people now they go home with their families and they're arguing about like, well, whatever's on the news, but it may be because somebody from the office said this, or while they were at work or at the grocery store, somebody said this or wore a shirt that said that, or had a sign that said that. Now they're bringing that home, and then they have certain feelings and emotions about it. Then they turn on the TV, and they see it right there, and they can't even just sit there and enjoy the evening with their family, or just enjoy their evening in general. Now they're all just caught up with this animosity, going to sleep with that. Like, that is spot on. It's just, they're just feeding it to us through our screens, every screen, phone, computer, TV, billboards, everywhere you go, like any screen you can think of, they're just shoving this stuff down our face. Like, man, spot on right there.
Now what would you get if you heard my opinion, conjecturing on matters that I ain't never dreamed? In all my born days as a white boy from Hickman, based on the way that the world's been to me.
Tyler Childers. Man. This guy gets it. He gets it. As much as people try to be objective and open and understanding, some things you will never understand or get because you have a certain perspective. But the only thing you can rely on is what seems to be a good common sense approach and reasoning. Like, and something that seems to be befitting to all, and not pushing a certain gain for one side. Like, we can all agree on killing people is bad. Probably shouldn't kill people. Like, robbing people is bad. You probably shouldn't do that. Like, things of that sort. But he said it there great. He could only give his perspective from a white boy from Hickman, and based on how the world's been to him, he can only tell you, well, the world's been all right to me. But you go to somebody else who's another skin tone and race from somewhere else that's lived a whole different lifestyle. From him, they say, well, the world's been this way to me. So, and that's where you gotta come to a certain understanding amongst people of like, well, hey, this is how I'm viewing this. But, and this is what I say all the time, it comes down to discussing and taking a common sense approach. Some people like to involve their feelings and victimhood. That's probably our biggest thing going on right now. Everybody would rather be a victim. That's it. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record because I've said this stuff before, but that's what it is. Like, they want to be a victim, and it's like, you can just accept, hey, this is how things have been, but okay, so now what can we do to make it better? Not just for me or for what I think my side thinks is better, but how does this idea and what we decide benefit everybody to where everybody is at least baseline happy? Or we can all be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. At least I get it. That's really what it is.
It's called me belligerent. It's took me for ignorant, but it ain't never once made me scared just to be.
Man, that goes back to that victimhood thing. People act scared to just walk out their house now. Now again, it may sound hypocritical because I know somebody's going to be in the comments like, well, you just said that you can only see the world like how the world's been to you. I'm like, yeah, but okay, this is a reference that I use quite a bit with people. Take some of these big cities, for instance. Think of a major city or wherever. Okay, but on the news, when you go to these major cities, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you every murder that's happened in the past 3 days, every carjacking that's happened in the past 3 days, every dirt scumbag's mugshot's going to be ran across that before the news goes off. Every disgusting part of that city, they will show you on there. But I'm always like, okay, but yet there's still so many people that live there. So obviously that shows you that the majority of the people there are not this way. They're not being murdered. They're not being carjacked. They aren't all scumbags. So you can't just be scared. You gotta live your life, man. You gotta go out. You gotta try and just be a good person. Typically, you'll be all right. Typically. Let's keep going, man.
Could you imagine just constantly worrying, kicking, fighting, begging to breathe?
Somebody's gonna use that line right there as anecdotal evidence. They're gonna use that to defend their argument. You know what? Go ahead and have it. Have your way with it in the comments if you want. I see it happening already. Go ahead.
How many boys could they haul off this mountain? Shoot full of holes, cuffed and laying in the streets, till we come into town in a stark raving anger, looking for answers and on to the teeth.
Okay. So, I won't take too much of a deep dive into this because it takes too much explaining from different schools of thought. But I will tell you this. And I'm just relating this to the stuff I see with BLM and this, that, and that. There's a guy, I brought him up before, Charleston White says something just like this. He says, and I'm not even going to relate this to the police because that's the part with the BLM. He talks about in the black community, there's drug dealers, pimps, this, that, and that. And I'm only speaking on this because I am a part of that community. And he says, we won't do a single thing to those people. They kill your children, your nieces and nephews, your mom, your grandma, all these people who used to be off limits and now they're terrorizing them. And you won't do a single thing, but one incident happens over here with an officer and you're ready to, what he said kind of right here, you're raving and full of anger. Not really armed to the teeth part, but he was like, why won't you take that same anger and turn it towards these people in your... Bro, this never fails. This never fails. She calls me every time. All right. Smell low. I was in the middle of a rant. I was getting to the good part too. I was getting my point out there. Can I call you back? Huh?
Yeah, bye.
You don't want to say it? You want to say hello to everybody? Nah, we're gonna say it. Say hello.
No.
Too late. She's teaching today. Well, I guess you teach every day, but. All right, love you.
Bye.
All right, where was I in my rant, man? I knew I was just getting to the good part. Well, where was I? Yeah, so the same person where he's saying how many boys could they drag off this mountain and put holes in them and cuff them before we come in outraged. Now again, that may be his experience. So I don't know who exactly he's talking about cuffing and shooting. I would imagine the police, but I'm just thinking about this from a different perspective of how Charleston White put it. How many times do we have to deal with those people in our community? What I would classify as scumbags, the drug dealers, the pimps, the game bangers, all these people. How many times do they have to keep taking people away from us before we start going outside their houses and protesting where they are selling drugs? How many times do we have to does this have to keep happening? How many more dope fiends do you have to see before you have to then turn to them and say, no, you're not standing on this corner anymore. You're gonna go down somewhere else. You're not gonna be out here anymore. Before you get mad and you become angry and do something. Before you can, I think, even address the police situation, you have to then therefore address that in your community and then take the next step. So for him, this might be a little different because he may, in Hickman or wherever he's from, they may not deal with like game bangers and drug dealers or things of that sort. So their main issue may be police officers, doing that stuff, or whoever's doing the cuffing and shooting. So they can, that would be their first approach there. But it's still a great point. How many times does this have to happen before you then therefore get angry? It's just, and I know, man, I feel like I'm just fueling that the reverse card to that of how people are gonna shoot back, but shoot back in the sense of saying the opposite. We're like, well, that's what BLM saying. That's what all these other. Okay, anyway.
30-06s and Papa's old pistol. How many you reckon? Would it be 4 or 5? Or would that be the start of a long violent history of tucking our tails as we tried to abide? Or would that be
Again, speaking on the black community, I think we are already in that part where we're tucking in, just trying to abide. We don't want the gang members and the drug dealers to get upset and get mad and do this, that, and that. So we just let them do whatever. Or we say, well, that's the only way to get money because, again, blaming victim, because they can't get a job anywhere. They can't go over here and do that. They don't want them to work down there. The white man doesn't want them to do that. All that type of stuff. And it's like, at some point, we got to take responsibility ourselves. Or he's saying, or would that be the start of a long, violent history, saying, we will fight back. And I think right now we're just tucking our tails. And we're trying to fight back over here against the non-direct threat the people who would be helping take these people out, who we should be trying to take out, the gangbangers and drug dealers, like instead we're fighting against them, which is not when we should be fighting against these people over here. It's just, it all comes full circle, man.
The start of a long violent history of tucking our tails as we try to abide.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think I said all I have to say. Tyler Childers, man, you do have a way with words, my good sir. You do. And y'all let me know in the comments if you have an opposing viewpoint to what I'm saying, or if you can make a valid argument for the opposing viewpoint. Don't just say silly stuff, or else I just won't pay it attention. But if you actually have a sensible side to it, let me know, because I think this song could be applied in so many different ways. So again, this is only my interpretation of what I just read and listened to. There could be other ways that could be viewed. So let me know. Long violent history. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also check out my podcast. It's called the Ambitious Journey Podcast, and you can actually find that podcast on YouTube, the video of it. If you just go over to our YouTube channel and type in our name and subscribe. Thank you. But also, you can listen to the audio of that on any major platform that you would listen to podcasts on. We are still on the road to 5K, which I believe we're gonna get to this week. Thank y'all for that. We got very close in the last couple of days, and so I'm getting excited because I just, that was like my milestone, and I see it getting right there. So thank y'all for that. Oh yeah, with the 5K, that's what it is. We're gonna do a giveaway. So we're gonna give away a hat with my channel's logo. We're gonna give away a T-shirt with my channel's logo, and we're gonna give away a gift card as well. But we got more of that as we get closer, which I think will be at the end of this week. But anyway, and that's all I got. So yeah, have a good day. Enjoy yourself, and till next time.